you spent a couple years overseas, and you've played with, you've played with some, historical franchise. When we think about the Mets, when we think about the Red Sox, when you look at that Mets team this year, and I don't think it's hyperbolic to say that the Mets might be the biggest disappointment in baseball, just for the simple fact that when you plop out the kind of money that Steve Cohen did, when you look at it outside of injuries, and obviously, when the WBC hit and they lost Diaz, and, I don't know if that was kind of an ominous sign of what was to come. When you look at that Mets team, I guess, A, how much do you still follow the Mets and the other teams that you played with? And two, what do you see as kind of, injuries aside, was the biggest reason for why the Mets really just never quite became the team we thought they were going to be before the season started?
Well, first of all, I'm a big Mets fan.
Okay.
I actually grew up there. I played in the old timers game. I do fantasy camp with them sometimes. They've always been my favorite team since I was a little kid. That was who I hoped I got drafted by and who I thought I was going to get drafted by. But their situation that they've had this year, I think it's just a matter, you're on a dangerous ground when you're spending that kind of money and bringing all these different guys in to, get some kind of chemistry. And to me, it feels like they just have never had real chemistry, this year. You mentioned the injuries, but injuries are part of the game. Every team is going to go through injuries. So I just think it's just, you got too many Chiefs in there. Everybody has to play a role. I know in '99 and 2000 when we were doing all that winning, and we had a lot of great ball players, but everybody kind of knew their role. I knew that I was going to be the lone man. I was going to come in and pitch. I was going to pitch a little bit short. Dennis Cook knew his role. Turk knew his role. Benitez, who came to close it, Franco started setting up. So, it was a deal where everybody knew what their role was, and they played their role. But when you got that many good players and kind of all of them want to be the alpha, it makes it pretty hard to go out there and be consistent and win a lot of ball games.